like rein yourself back in and be able to like, you know, kind of move a conversation along. But most of the time, it feels like you're just like kicking the train off the tracks and watching it explode next to you.
Damn. Can you give me an example of me kicking the train off the tracks?
Yeah, give him an example.
Well, just when you basically go straight into a conversation with.
Can you give me an example?
Give him an example. Shut this kid down. Look at chat. They might be helping right now. Look at chat. They might have an example.
No, the example is just whenever you go, you'll tell people exactly.
That's not an example.
Oh, I know exactly who you are.
You can either, okay, it's happening right now. This is perfect. I'm asking you for an example, and you're saying you're giving one, and yet you're not. And so now the conversation will become derailed because I will endlessly harp over the fact that you are actually not providing an example, and so your only choices are to provide an example or say that you're not going to provide an example. And if you continue to do neither, then the conversation will be derailed. Because in order for it to continue, I have to agree that an example is not an example.
Ask Chud. Maybe Chud knows. Ask Chud. Appeal to Chud.
I'm not going to do that.
I don't give a shit about any of this.
No, but with that being said, well, how come that? Do you not find that counterproductive to the point where like you like stop something from getting to the point where you can like actually get your point across?
Because you are trying to use social niceties or like the pressure of like the stream or whatever or Chud being in a hurry to strong arm me into telling you that you've given me an example of something when you haven't. And I just don't want to communicate that way. And I find that it undermines. So Destiny is willing to overlook certain things. When he finds that that's going to happen, he'll just kind of say, okay, you're not going to give me an example. Well, anyway, let's move on. Like, whatever. And yeah, I get stuck. And so if Steven comes in and he's moderating and then he says like, well, we're not going to get stuck by this. If he's in control of the conversation, then I'm like, sure, I'll go along with it. But if I'm playing the role of moderator and I'm also like a participant, then like, no, we're not fucking going anywhere. So either give me an example or just say you're not going to.
All right, that is my question. I appreciate you guys' time. Thank you.
You're welcome. No example. Have an ass motherfucker.
That was fiery, Chad. We got any more of those? Jeez.
There's a couple more people who've been waiting a while, and then we're going to circle back round. There's some of the people that on round 2 already, Mr. Go, and one is on trans issues. So
we gotta
compete up on that.
I want firecrackers, and you're giving me a trash bag full of wet laundry.
True.
I'm doing my best with what I've got, okay? Right.
I know.
Cheeks.
Nobody hates me.
Hi, Mr. Girl.
Hello.
I hate you.
Nice.
And
No, you
I
don't.
think you're lying about yourself.
Okay. About what?
True.
I think you are a licensed therapist or have had training to be a therapist.
My father.
I know the story.
Yeah,
I know the story.
You don't need to explain it. He knows your past, obviously. Okay, keep going. What do you
Well, I just want to explain for context.
No,
my father was
that's not. We're not
therapist.
here for context. This isn't Mr. Girl's stream. This is Chud's show. Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
what were
you're
you
right,
saying?
okay.
This guy. So he's had training. I agree, by the way. So keep going.
Yeah, so I think, Mr. Girl,
You think I'm lying?
I think you're lying. I think you're very good at talking to people, especially vulnerable people. I've watched a lot of advice and confessions, and you're very precise about your guests.
Yeah.
It's like you're protecting your guests, you're protecting the people in their stories, you're protecting the audience and yourself at the same time.
So that he can have a good show, just like Dr. K, basically, right?
Yeah.
I think that's something I've only found in therapy, and I don't think it's like a skill you just stumble onto in your life. The way you talk about personal training clients is suspiciously like therapeutic.
Okay, so your theory is, yeah, I kind of did therapy with a lot of my.
Because if you think about it, well,
that's
here,
what he said.
context for the audience. Mr. Girl's central critique of Dr. K is that Dr. K has had training. If Dr. K was a normal person, then Mr. Girl would have no argument. But if we can show that Mr. Girl has had training, oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Now
the
we
person
fucking
figures
got
out, the person figures out where that I'm actually Dr. Girl, that would destroy me.
Did they let you be a doctor if you're a pedo rapist?
Yeah. Okay, so your theory is that I was not actually a personal trainer.
Yeah, you're.
I'm just saying personal training as a euphemism for when really I was doing therapy.
Yep.
Right. You could have been a personal trainer, but I think the skills you have. You made an Instagram page in 2018. It has 4 posts about your training business.
What did he say?
It'd be surprising for me that you have these skills from a couple years of personal training. And I just don't think.
No, I have the skills for. Okay, first of all, it has 8 posts, asshole. Second wall.
Yeah, my apologies.
You said like 4. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, 8's twice double 4.
2 is double 1.
develop-
2 is like 1. Okay, sorry, keep on.
Okay. I'm not saying that I didn't develop those skills by personal training. I had them already. That's why I wanted to be a trainer, because I was like, it's kind of like being a therapist, but with no rules.
Wait, where did you get those personal skills from, though? That's where his training was. I think what happened was, I'm following the story. Hold on, let's let him thank you. Okay, so what he was saying was, Mr. Girl, I think, has had formal training in therapy, but he couldn't make it as a therapist, and instead he decided to take those skills and use them to exploit people into PT, personal training. That's what he did. That's the story of Mr. Girl. And now he's taking the same skills he went from exploiting people with personal training to exploiting people on advice and confessions with Mr. Girl.
Bring it home with Dr. K. I don't get it.
Dr. K represents what Mr. Girl wanted to be, somebody that could take his training and use it to help the world, but could never be, because he couldn't hack it that way. So now he does what Dr. K does, while pretending he's not Dr. K, while trying to tear down Dr. K for doing what he did.
Andrew reflects my lie.
I think that's why you despise him so much.
Because if Max can't do it, why should anybody else be allowed to do it?
Because you were honest enough to lie. You did the moral thing, and you lied about your past. But Dr. K, he used his career to jumpstart his streaming career. While you had to crawl through the depths of YouTube.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. It's a hell of a theory.
Well, we got ask some fitness questions. Name every single synergist muscle involved in a squat.
I have no fucking idea.
And this guy was a personal trainer?
Glutes. Quads.
Yeah, right. Look at that. He knows more about psychology than personal training. Why?
I do. Let's see. Most of personal training, like I said, yeah, you teach people to squat, but yeah, telling people how to eat less food,
I think,
and that's therapy.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's suspiciously.
Well, that's not suspicious. You never know the story, right?
We know the truth. Yeah. Are you asking me how I develop these skills, or you just want to say what your theory?
Well, I hate you because I trust you, and I trust you to lie about your past. But if the Mr. Girl house is built on a lie, what's going to happen when it grows to 100, 200,000 trusting loyal fans? Because you're very good at you're very trustful. I think.
You're saying I could lie. People would trust me, and I could lie, and they would believe me.
Yeah. Should any one person have that power?
Have people believe things they say? Yeah, I think that lots of people can have the power to be.
I think you're better at it than the average person. So.
At lying, or seeming like I'm telling the truth, or
At being trustful. Because I think your honesty, it's like a magician opening their pockets. It's like, yeah, we all fucking know the ball's not there. We all know you're not a pedophile or a rapist. But I think you're distracting us.
True.
from some other from a lie that I was
Something more
trained as a
insidious.
therapist. Well, I think if I was trained as a therapist, I think this would come out eventually. That doesn't sound like a sustainable lie.
Yeah, and that's my real problem is I do trust you, and I think a lot of people trust you. And if that comes out, what's going to happen to your channel? What's going to happen to those people?
You're throwing lies.
Are you saying that I'm too good to be true?
Yeah, it's like you know when you're playing Smash and someone
Yes.
you
Yes.
every time, and they make one mistake and you take stock and you get so happy you just want to teabag them. It's like
No,
that kind
I
of.
don't teabag people when I play Smash. I think that's immoral.
That was great.
Okay, I have one other complaint. Why do you have return guests on advice and confessions? It feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, because now you're developing like
That's fucking bullshit.
Oh my god.
I have no idea.
I am not in charge of the guests on advice and confessions. I have no involvement in the choosing of who comes on. I could ban return guests.
Washing your hands of it, very convenient.
Sounds like
Wait,
what Brittany
fuck
said
either
about
way.
choosing a client. She doesn't always accept everybody she turns someone over. But good enough for you, not enough for her. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, anything else on advice with Mr. Girl, or are we going to the next episode now?
I don't know the answer. Why do we have return guests? I don't know.
Well, because it's more money, it's more fun.
I think
more chance to get another Dr. K moment.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, cheeks. Sweet cheeks. Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay. Right, so we've actually got a double whammy here. Personally, I know you're in the role of hate, advocator, but they want to challenge you on your Twitch ban. So let's see what
It's just
happens.
be some fucking boring facts.
I'll help them out.
Ooh, come on.
Good one.
Oh shit, I think. Oh no. I don't know. He's there. Come on, Coop, speak up. This is your moment to shine.
Hello? Sorry, mate, I was alright. It is, isn't it?
Oh,
My bad.
nice.
Go on.
Cool, we got the typing and everything. Is he going to type those?
Sorry. I'm not up to your level's destiny. So,
That level being level 5, by the way. Go ahead.
level 5.
I do impressions of you sometimes to Shaylin.
You do what, sir?
Oh
I do
my god,
impressions of
Chet's
you,
brother?
Shaylin.
You do impressions of me to Shaylin? What the fuck?
Yeah, every once in a while, we'll be talking. I'll say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let's see, you keep talking, but no one's listening.
Wait, are you doing impression of someone?
We got like 2 Beatles ago right now. We did a couple more. We're good to go.
That sounds like a nice one. And yeah, I think you remember me actually. So I've been making notes as you've been going.
You're a character in our lexicon. Yeah, cool.
So I've got a few points really. You're asking someone for like what's an example of a flawed assumption for, and I think one would be like you're hypersexual, and I think that's pretty uncommon. Is that fair to say?
Hypersexuality is uncommon.
Yeah, like you're a pervert, and I think that's pretty uncommon.
True.
I think that's pretty uncommon too. Yeah. I mean, by definition, it has
So
to
you
be
have the perspective of an uncommon subsample.
Oh, I don't think I'm hypersexual.
Oh,
Oh, so you think it's normal that people would pose nude for art, or for celebrity birthday parties, or have sushi eaten off their body, or make
jerk off
porn
to
videos?
cuties.
Yeah, or jerk off to the cute chubby girl in cuties, or any of these things, right? You think that's normal?
I never said I jerked off the cuties.
Oh,
The other
okay,
stuff.
yeah, but everything else-
The other
You
stuff happened.
You said you wanted to.
You know what?
Put it on YouTube, you fucking liar.
Yeah, you did.
do you have a Roomba by any chance? I'm just curious.
He does have a room, but he attaches a dildo and he fucks himself with it.
I was gonna ask you how old is it? So yeah,
Is it
what I find-
hypersexual?
Yeah, that's my example I wanted to give you there. That like a flawed assumption you may have is like projecting these emotions on.
I don't think I'm
your
hypersexual. I think I'm more more exhibitionistic, more outgoing with my sexuality.
Yeah, how normal do you think that is? How many people are exhibitionists? How many people
That's
know what it
abnormal.
means? Yeah, exactly.
But you seem like a very like you're like a coomer. You
This
know?
isn't about me right now, guys.
Okay. I'm just saying that like you might be more sexual than I am. I just might be more outwardly sexual.
Even though, like if you're more outwardly sexual, then you project that onto other people, then it's skewed in some way. So this may be a false assumption you have. I just wanted to give you an example.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. That makes sense. Well, maybe I think people are more closeted than they actually are, and they're just more.
Maybe another problem I had. I think you were mean to Zonia. I think you were Zonia an apology.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely. You mistreated her so much in that conversation. It was unbelievable.
Which today?
Yeah, Zonia.
No, it must have been a while ago.
I think it was like a month ago, right?
Oh, the one where I told her that I wanted her to be my little test bunny and put on blackface to see if she feels
Yes,
feels
that one.
gender
That was
dysphoria.
horrible.
Another point.
I think anyone should be honored to be my test bunny. I think Zonia felt very touched by that.
I just think she's a very sweet and kind person. I think you're being like very aggressive with her and stuff. It's just like I don't think she's transphobic, she's trans rude, trans impolite.
She's a kind person, but she's also kind of a passive aggressive bitch.
So you think that makes you allowed to be sexually aggressive towards the conversation? Do you think that's a normal response?
I don't know if it's normal, but I think it's.
Well, it's not normal because you're a sexual pervert. That's the whole point of this conversation, is you acknowledging how abnormal it is.
I guess that is a bit abnormal to tell someone you want them to be your test bunny just because you're angry.
Yep, and to be a porn star, and to talk about your sex doll, and to
You
be
know who else like test bunnies? Dr. Joseph Mengele, Auschwitz, Angel of Death.
Did he really?
That's true.
Yeah, I feel like you also both deserve to be banned too.
Really? What do I deserve to be banned?
Like in terms of like Twitch's business standards, like I think you both push the limits, and then when you push the limits and get banned, you can't act surprised. And Destiny, I think you're still saying like I'll never know why I was banned when like you do know why you were banned. Was it like hateful?
Yeah, but they don't actually tell you why you're banned.
So they can't, can they? If they tell you what it is, it'll be like Destiny's server where it's like you just get to race bait people into getting themselves kicked out. Like they know how to evade the limit basically. If you tell people what the limit is, so I can understand why they don't.
Wait, okay,
I
to
think
be
YouTube
clear,
is limited.
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire fucking
I know
life.
that's why you banned me for it. That's why you banned me for it when I brought it up.
Oh, because it is dumb. Because if you're an adult human, which I am, and you have adult responsibilities like you do, you don't push the line. You figure out exactly where the line is. You don't fucking step over it. If I know where the line is, I'm not gonna push it, right? Like when I got banned for saying the F word when I was playing League in like 2017, that was the first time Twitch banned it. I never said it again. That's really easy. If I know what the rules are, I'm not gonna break them.
You never said it again publicly, you mean?
Yeah, true, absolutely true.
I think you're still incentivized to like push the line.
No, I'm not. That's not true. That's not why people watch me. Because I push the line. I can provide plenty of
That's why people watch
content.
you.
That's not.
You generate these kinds of dramas and then people watch
No,
you.
that's the
and
kind of shit that people
like
say they don't watch my shit. There's plenty of stuff I do. I do better news coverage than any other fucking like lyric dipshit on this fucking platform. Number one.
IRI?
Okay. Okay.
Better than IRI?
Maybe better than IRI. But I'm also really entertained when I do it. I don't need drama to like carry me through shit. Like you can go look at the history of my streaming and stuff. Like it's not like I'm constantly hunting for searching for drama.
One criticism that I have of you is like people defend you like, oh, Destiny's like it's technically true, right? But then what about the person that you've attacked? Isn't what they've said technically true? Like if you give them 4 hours to justify it, then they'll be just as valid as you are. So like the stealthing thing, for example, you maybe sick of hearing about it. So like you like quotes, you didn't say to her directly, like you didn't victim blame her directly, but you replied on something else, and she's obviously gonna find out about it. And then people are defending you, like even people defending you saying this is like overtly aggressive, and that's
Bro,
it's technically
it's
true.
Twitter. Block and move on. If you can't handle that, get the fuck off the internet. You don't belong here. You shouldn't be here. You don't deserve to be here. Like if you're getting traumatized because people say mean things on Twitter, when you can push a block button, then you need to.
They can't though. They can block you, but then all of your followers will go after them and brigade.
All of my followers? No, but you know why they don't do this? No. It's probably like 10. It's like 10.
If you be good faith to me, I'll start watching.
I don't want you. I don't know fuck you want. Okay, number one. Number two, like here's good faith. Okay, if you don't want to deal with something, then you block me. Just don't talk about it. Move on. Do you know how many of these motherfuckers cry about getting brigaded when they're like subtweeting me constantly? When people like Doe are tweeting at me from behind a block? When these people are posting screenshots. Here's something that you might know. Anytime you see somebody on Twitter complaining about me posting a screenshot of what I've said, the reason why they're doing this is because I fucking blocked them and they still want to tweet about me. So no, I'm not gonna have any sympathy for them if like 3 of my fans end up in their mentions saying like, hey, you're a dumb fuck.
What if it's 300 and not 300?
It's never been 300. It's never been.
What if
300.
it was?
It hasn't been. It hasn't been. If it has been, then I probably directed an attack.
You like hypotheticals, my friend.
I'm not hypothetical, bro. I live on the internet. I know what 300 people harassing you looks like. That's a lot of people. 300 is a big deal. Like it's very rare that even I get like that level of pushback on my tweets, unless there's some big drama going on, or there's a lot of tweets that are brigading me. Because by the way, people do that when they call for people to ban me, when they call for people to like shit talk me, when they call for people to report my stuff. Like that is actual brigading. People do actual brigading.
Do you feel like if your community was like mostly unhealthy or toxic, like mostly, do you think that that'd reflect on you in any way? That was the question I originally
If what
asked
was
you,
unhealthy,
and
what?
Like if your community was unhealthy or it was just filled with people saying no, and just imitate you like they're possessed because it's so parasocial, would that not
everything in light? Parasocial was the dumbest. I wish it was never introduced on anything, because people use parasocial when they talk about streamers in ways that they've never used before. You know what's parasocial? Is buying the same fucking shoes that your favorite NBA player wears, or getting pictures with somebody and then treasuring these like autographs for the rest of your fucking life because they sing a song that you think relates to you, or people that watch TV and they buy the same fucking clothes or whatever, or they talk like people in Disney Channel shows. Like everybody is parasocial with all content they consume. It's literally what culture is. Culture is by definition parasocial. We copy the people around us and the things that they do. Like the idea that it's like unique to streamers or something, I don't know, it's really cringe. Be like, oh, they talk just like you, they're parasocial. Like motherfucker, how many people talk like fucking people on TV shows and shit, or movies that they see? Like, come on.
Yeah, but you're responsible for it. That's what, like, it's gonna happen, it's inevitable, but you are responsible for it. That's what I asked you, and then you said, like,
Am I responsible for what?
Like, charitable way. I said,
If people are
hang
mean...
on, like,
Okay.
hang on, hold on, I'll tell you. No, this is, as we're supposed to say. So, I asked you, like, do you feel like you are responsible for it in any way, or that you shouldn't be? And then you said, why don't you just tell me what you mean? So I said that you're mass-producing, like, debate bro incels, and then you banned me. Or not you, I was banned.
I don't think I mass-produced
not you personally.
debate bro incels. Like, I think that we stay away from like...
I feel that you do.
I don't know what people think debate bro means. Like, overwhelmingly, the majority of my content is usually just like chill conversations. The people that think that I'm like a hardcore debate bro are people that are like looking at like Twitter clips and shit. Like, I'm pretty sure over half my conversations, even people I super, even with lefties, the majority of my conversations have been relatively tame. But like on the one that'll be like really like boisterous or whatever, where I expose them, like that's the one that gets clicked and everybody passes it.
Yeah, all you're saying there is that the imitation may be a false one. And I know a lot of people go to your Discord server that aren't necessarily viewers of yours, so that shouldn't reflect upon you. But even then, to an extent, like if so many toxic people were coming around your community, surely it must say something about you. I think you have
But
to
toxic people,
well.
but that's the thing, toxic people compared to what? Like, do you think that my community is more toxic than like XQCs or fucking Asmongold or any of that shit? Like, I get
think
compared.
Yours is more toxic than say Hassan's, for example.
No, absolutely not. You're absolutely not. I totally disagree.
They're all normal people. They don't read.
Bro, they're literally in chat
trying to be
spamming
good people.
racial slurs about me because they think it's funny. You think that that's not toxic? Like, get the fuck out
That's
of here.
no, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that is.
What is your
toxic.
fucking point?
Oh, the one that I just wanted him to buy. Like, surely at some point, the health of your.
You want him to say
community
his
must reflect
community.
upon
You want him
No,
to say his own
here's
community
the,
is
like
toxic.
I reject this. I think I have one of the best communities online. I think I do. I think I have one of the least toxic communities online. I think that the
So
issue is,
it being the best community. Do you feel that reflects you?
yeah, I think it does, and I'm proud of my community.
then-
I think
if it
here's the issue. The issue is that one, most of you guys have never interacted with large communities before, so you don't know what it's like, right? When I did that JonTron debate, I got not when you guys say hundreds or thousands. I actually got thousands. Like, I went to sleep and I clicked on my Twitter thing and I clicked the mentions part, so I wasn't getting like likes and shit. I had over 9,000 ads at me in one night. That's what it looks like when you deal with really large communities, okay? Anytime it happens, there's gonna be people that attack you, but that's not because JonTron was brigading me. I don't think he was brigading me. I don't think he was directing harassment to me. That's just the nature of fighting with really large people online. It happens. But like, I'll fight with people that have like, 15 followers, and then they'll fight with me. And you know what? They'll say like, oh, hundreds of DGGers harass me? No. You know what it's usually like 2 or 3. But that's enough to create an impression, and that's why every time I push people like, hey, post screenshots, what's going on? When people like Josie say, oh, I had to ban dozens of people on chat. No, you banned 4 people, and only one of them was being transphobic. You're like, everybody just exaggerates the fuck out of everything. Given the size of my community, I think I do better than any other content creator on the entire fucking internet, all of the internet, at least in English, at managing them and not having them be like hateful, insane, and crazy. Especially given the types of arcs that I go through with other people that I disagree with.
It's great that you value that then, and like you have to buy the inconsistency there. When it reflects well upon you, it's okay accepting it. And if it were to reflect badly upon you, you're unwilling to face that.
No, if it reflects
You don't see
badly
the
on me, I would
inconsistency.
accept that too. I'd say, okay, well, we need to change some shit. Like, I did a panel the other day, and there was, when people came up to ask questions, a lot of people in my chat were typing, I don't know a lot, but like enough, were typing like pretty shitty things about the person, like calling them fat or whatever. I don't think that's cool. We shouldn't do that. I told them, hey, fuck that shit off. Like, we're not gonna do that. I'll ban people if I see shit like that going on.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much out, but it's a pleasure. Take care.
Thanks, Scoop. The one and only tomfoolery. Just some tomfoolery.
Oh,
Hello.
hello, Tom.
Hi, nice meeting you, Mr. Girl. What's up, Destiny and Chud? How y'all doing?
Hi, what's up?
Good.
Nice to
Turn
meet
your camera on if
you.
want.
You don't hate me.
I don't hate you. I actually did make a video though called Mr. Girl Hit Piece a while ago. With
That's really good. Real quick,
criticisms
I love
of-
you guys, and I have to peace out, okay? Be careful, stay safe. I believe in you. Okay, good luck.
Wait,
Nice, Steven.
send me pictures of you as a kid.
I'm doing.
Hey, Steven. I have an update for you.
On what?
Buck Angel
Yeah.
is on board for the Transfer Culture panel.
Yeah. Wait, I agreed to a time and date for that, didn't I? Hold on.
You did, May 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Put it on my calendar. May 2nd. Oh, yeah, I did.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're there. Yeah. Yep.
Buck Angel and Brianna Wu.
Oh, God.
You got Brianna Wu on? No fucking way.
You got Brianna
gotta
Wu?
be kidding me. That's
Okay, hold on.
insane.
I gotta ask you a quick question, okay? Because I had a friend in the past that was really good at getting like B-list celebrities and shit on their show, but sometimes I get mad and then they don't come on anymore. And that guy got really mad at me one time. Do you want me to be like on my best behavior for these people, or can I fight with these people at all? Or
Absolutely do not be on your best behavior.
okay, just being okay.
I want you to be yourself no matter what. I would never ask you
Okay,
to
gotcha.
change.
Okay. All right. I love you. It should be fun. Have fun. Peace out.
I love you too. Bye, Steve.
Why did I punch her in the face?
Yeah.
I absolutely have snapped, but I can control what I do when I've snapped. But when you say say
No, that's not true.
it is
That's-
true. Absolutely.
That's bullshit.
No, it's
No,
totally
that's
true.
absolute bullshit.
I'm sorry I lashed out. I want you to know I have a mental illness. I was triggered. This is why it happened. I will work on myself and do my steps and not do it again, right?
I think that's a bunch of horse shit. You want to go first, or should I? How would
I don't have any problem. You guys are the ones that are at each other's throats, so one of you guys have to figure out who's going first.
Okay.
Max.
Sure. Hello.
Hi.
People keep sending me clips of you talking about them.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're challenging me to some kind of duel. It feels like you're saying, "Come on, bitch!" Are you weak? Blah blah blah. It feels like you're trying to provoke me into some kind of rematch. Is that true?
I don't know if it's the rematch. No, first, obviously, everything I've said is because I hope you're not taking me too seriously on anything that sounds too offensive. If you are offended, please let me know and I'll stop. But I liked our combo and I want to have it again, but in a more, I feel more comfortable. Well, I feel more comfortable now that I've seen more of your content and we've talked. So I think we'll have a much more interesting conversation. Not that it wasn't interesting before. It was very.
You want to run it back?
Well, I don't know if there's anything to be run back. I think we need to go further, deeper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're saying that you are not trying to provoke me into this. That perception of mine is incorrect.
Well, provoke kind of assumes I'm not already in your DMs. Like, right? I don't need to. I want to hang out and talk. But I was quite passionate the other day, so it probably sounded more like a battle. But yeah, I would love to spar with you intellectually. I think it'd be so fun. Is that what you mean?
When he's saying provoke, he means like sometimes what streamers do is they'll be like, this guy's a motherfucker, fuck this dude, and you're trying to like cause so much shit that the fan bases start clashing, and then eventually somebody's got to reach out like, all right, let's throw it out. You called me out. Okay, high noon, outside the saloon, bring your.
I mean, that's why we're all talking right now, isn't it? I feel like the fan bases are now expecting some kind of ultimate showdown.
That's what he means.
Oh gosh. Okay, so in my head, I was like, oh, we already talked once, so now we're kind of like cool enough that I can go at him and he can go at me, and now because we're like know each other a little bit, we can be
okay. I'm sure you've got some kind of rational explanation for all this. I'm just saying it seems like you're trying to provoke me. If you're saying you're not, then I will not take you at your word. But
I'm trying to I'm trying to invite you to discuss with me. Provoke sounds like a debate thing, and I don't want to debate you. You know I'm not good at that. I just want to have a conversation.
Well, you are good at it if the other person doesn't know you're debating, and you're good at provocation if the other person doesn't. Like, you're basically saying anything I say that you take offense to is a joke. Anything I say that makes you mad is a joke. I'm just joking around. I just blah blah blah. I don't want to fight with you. I just want to spar with you. I don't want to debate you. It's just you're going to constantly change the definition of what's happening so that I can never get a handle on what's going on. And then all I can do in response is say things like what I'm saying right now, which is just telling you what I think is happening endlessly.
If provoke means encourage, then yes, I want to provoke you into having a discussion with me. But I don't think I think we already are going to do that, right?
Discomfort.
Do I make you uncomfortable?
I don't think the clips people have sent me have made me uncomfortable.
Okay. Did you want to discuss them? Do you have time to discuss them now, or would you like to discuss them later?
We can discuss them now.
I know you said you were short on time.
I am.
Okay.
Not that short on time.
Okay.
I'm not that short on time.
I
just don't think I can do the whole thing.
For sure. I would love clarification on who Max is, what his background is, what brought you to be this person.
Jewish background.
Well, how Jewish are you? Are you as Jewish as I am Assyrian? How Jewish are you?
Oh, man.
I am racially, I believe I am either 3/8 or half Jewish.
Okay, so you're not involved in the community? Do you hang out with the peeps? Are you involved in their
I've never been to a Passover dinner. A menorah has never been inside my house.
Interesting.
I've never participated in any Jewish customs or rituals or whatever it is those fucks do. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I grew up celebrating Christmas and Easter like a good Iraqi Christian. Yeah, I don't have any. But stuff going out for Chinese food on Christmas. That's a Jewish tradition. I did that. I see a lot of Jews at the restaurant there, so there's definitely some you know, and having a grandfather who was a psychologist, that seems like a Jewish thing. So like, there's definitely some, yeah, you can say like, well, of course to you, blah blah blah, but like, explicitly religious and cultural, I have no connection to the tribe.
Okay, so I was walking the dog earlier, and I was thinking about why this was so offensive to people. I'm like, what did I say? And then I realized I was like, well, maybe he's not Jewish, and I was like, oh, well, that will make a lot more sense. And then I heard you earlier say that you were raised atheist. Is that correct?
I was raised atheist, but that's not why people were offended.
Why were people offended?
It had nothing to do with me. It's just that you in an out of context clip saying "go be Jewish somewhere else" sounds anti-Semitic.
What if I say "go be white somewhere else"? Go
Well,
be black somewhere else.
it's okay to be anti-white, but that is
Right.
also actually racist. And I think it was racist when you said that, but people just don't care when you're racist towards white people. So
I think to give a little bit of insight here as well, because a lot of the ire is coming from my fan base. My content online is really politically engaged, so when people hear something that sounds anti-Semitic, they get like that's like a huge like people will turn immediately. That's like something to keep in mind because of the type of community that I have. It's like super political.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was thinking as well. Because honestly, I meant it as like literally just go like be your people over there and my people over here because it's like a cultural difference. It's like a bubble, right? But also, Jews and Chaldeans were like cousins, so it's kind of like making fun of my own people, right? Like we're part of the three wise men. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
we're
but
part of the Bible,
the thing is,
forefathers.
you have a sort of out of seemingly sort of unchecked, vaguely unhinged animosity when you talk about me. So I knew that it was
I did
me
that day.
yeah, I know. So I knew that it was you, that was me that you were hating when you said that, not Jews. But I think that right. So but somebody who didn't understand that might think that you were mad because I'm a Jew. But I understood you were just sort of, blurting things out, and you were like mad. You were mad at me.
Yeah, I was upset with the intellectual dishonesty I felt like you offered me during our combo, but that's my fault. Or not, I could have engaged differently. I thought this is so.
It's your fault
can I tell
for
you something
thinking,
embarrassing?